You read my mind.
How long ago? It was maybe 2 years after her. Probably longer than that. Because you probably went a few years without killing a deer with a bow.
Yeah, it might have been like 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah. And then we were out together, hunting together. We didn't have a camera or nothing then.
Wish we would have.
Yeah, that would have been
That would have been a cool one to have.
I shot a doe, right? I shot first? No.
Me.
Hannah shot first. We had 4 giant does come walking by like 15 yards. And the last one was big. And it was pretty close. 12, 13 yards.
10 yards.
She had a fixed blade at the time and just destroyed this thing. Perfect heart shot.
Nice.
They all take off, you know. Hers runs, and it actually ran pretty far.
Yeah,
like,
down to like a bottom beside where we were at.
We were starting to get a little bit worried, you know. But we thought we saw her go down. We were sitting there high-fiving, and it was a big doe. And we're kind of just finishing up high-fiving, and we're still talking, because I didn't care about anything else.
Yeah, she shot a deer.
I didn't.
You're excited.
Yeah, first good kill with the bow, you know, and clean kill and whatever. And I look up and here, same spot, here comes 2 more does. And it was another 2 more big does. And I'm like, I might shoot one of them. This was, I don't know, it was early, October 15th,
Yeah, I was going to say
16th.
October.
They were coming into an acorn flat in the morning. And I'm like, should I shoot one? And she's like, yeah. So then I shot one.
Yeah.
And it was
her bow?
No, he had his bow.
Yeah, we both had our bows.
Nice. A double.
And it was, mine was a poke. I think it was like 42 yards or something.
That's
it was through the woods. It was, wide open. It was down a gas line. It wasn't like shooting through crap or nothing.
Well, still 42, like anything over 30.
Yeah.
Even 30 is a far poke, but it's far enough on the range. When you go in the woods and look at 30 and 40, you're like, that's far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I shot that one, and we seen her go down. So we knew it was down, and hers was, like I said, she like just crested this hill, but she was getting wobbly, you know. And then they ended up both dying like within 20 or 30 yards of each other. So that was a pretty cool one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you guys.
Yeah.
That was a fun hunt.
We've doubled with does and bucks now.
Yeah.
What was your buck double?
Gun season.
Gun season?
Yeah.
Mine was a deer drive. Did I shoot mine first?
No, I didn't.
No, you shot yours first. We're doing deer drives down south. And the one guy called, it was snow, opening day gun, or second day maybe.
I think it was opening day or second day maybe.
There was 3 or 4 inches of snow on the ground. And we're getting ready to go do a drive. And the one old timer comes up and he's like, hey, I just saw this buck laying over on so-and-so property. You know, it's not far off the road. He's like, take Hannah down there and just sneak in and see if you can get it. I'm like, man, that'd be pretty tough, you know? So me, her, and her brother drive by the road and we see it. And it stuck out like a sore thumb.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I'm like, we might be able to do something with that. So we turn around, we drive back again, and we got where he couldn't see us. Got out of the truck and snuck through the woods 50, 60 yards and come up on it over the hill. And it was a poke.
Didn't you range it?
We did go back and range it, and it was like 98 or 105. I mean, somewhere right around 100, you know. Open sight, 1100. And I'm like, he was looking at us. When we peeked over that hill, he was like this.
Yeah, he's like...
But he never stood up.
Yeah.
He never stood up. And I was like, I don't know. If you think you can do it, do it. If not, we're not going to shoot. She's like, I think I got a pretty clear shot. So she leans against a tree. I'm like, oh, here we go. And she shot, and that thing come out of its bed, and his head hit the ground, and he's running, and I'm like, I don't know. It sounded like she hit it.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know. She's like, I had to have. I felt really good.
Yeah.
So we go up there, and there's just blood everywhere.
And that was just so
cool. In the snow.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was so cool. I was like a kid on
yards.
Christmas at like age 6. You know, like jumping up and down. And
I feel like I just lived that story. That was cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
I tried to get her to mount it, and
no,
I'm glad we didn't.
I'm
glad we didn't. But it wasn't as big as the buck you shot this year.
No.
But it was just cool and fun, and like we, kind of like, not that we spot and stalked it. I mean, we did, I guess. We seen it from the road, but like we still snuck through the woods and like, hey, let's get around to it where we can.
Yeah.
It's engaging from start to stop.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it was definitely pretty cool.
And then mine later that day, it was a few hours later, it was just a deer drive, and that was a good one. But yeah,
it's tricky learning because we worked together before we got into hunting, and the things that he taught me at work, he learned my learning style, and I think you incorporated that a lot into teaching me how to hunt. Mm-hmm. So you're like, okay, you're a very visual learner. You have to do things a certain way, a certain routine to be able to like maintain it. And that you guys have been married for as long as you have, you had that routine down. Like I know with your babies at home, like you guys know, like, okay, one does this at this time, and
right.
They're gonna listen to you when it comes to bath. Like there's some things one parent.
No, they don't listen.
No, yeah, they don't. They don't listen.
You're gonna find.
You'll find that out. Yeah.
Spoken from a gal with no kids. But I imagine you guys have your own kind of routine, and with hunting involving that, it's the same aspect. It's just a different game. Mm-hmm. So I think we kind of picked up on how to teach in what order and what depth of another word, like how intense the teaching is.
Yeah, I would say
like what somebody can handle and not handle. I guess maybe or
like your deer that was still your bad shot.
Yeah.
To a new hunter, that is intense.
Yeah. For sure. That's
and it was
anybody.
like it's a very vivid memory.
Yeah. It was
for
I'll
sure.
Never forget that one.
I would say when you and I first started dating, which I've said before on the podcast, is pretty much when that fall October bow season was starting. So it was very gentle learning. I hope you have as much fun, but in the same sense, like we're building a relationship. I'm teaching you how to hunt. There's a lot of things going on right now. As our relationship has gotten stronger over the past couple of years, the lessons have been more intense. Like
yeah, definitely.
Well, even this year,
not as gentle as they used to be.
No.
Right.
He said I have to find my own hunting property. I gotta ask permission on places now.
Probably because you'll get it and he won't.
Yeah. DJ has always taken me.
I always take
always takes me.
I told him that. I was like, I was a Girl Scout. I did the door-to-door stuff. I was like, I'm kind of scared to do it as an adult. Like, I don't know if people get mad or angry. We went a handful of times last year, and the guy got upset because he had let someone on his property that ended up injuring his dog. And after that, I was like, how am I supposed to ask people for this?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't like asking for favors to begin with, let alone strangers.
Well, the idea behind her having her own spots is that the spots that we hunt here local are spots that I've been around and hunting for a long time, or stuff that I've scouted for a couple months or weeks before. It's where I have all the groundwork laid out and I say, this tree, this time, that. Like, for her to put everything that she's learned in the past couple of years into her own momentum, she needs to start with that knowledge at the ground level. And you may do really, really well with everything that you know, or you're going to struggle. Either way, it's going to be good for you.
I called my dad the other day because I was like, I have to Girl Scout this, and I have to go knock on doors and ask people. I was like, if a stranger, a little 26-year-old girl came up to you, Dad, and asked if she could shoot her bow in your backyard at the deer you like watching, I was like, what would you say to her? And he said if I had a good rationale and a good reasoning for why I hunt, and I had facts to back up why I do it, the rules I'll follow, the permissions I have, he's like, absolutely. Yeah. And that helped a ton because I hadn't thought of presenting with facts.
Absolutely.
Before I called my dad, I was like, hey, mister, can I shoot my bow in your backyard? Like, I didn't know what to ask these people. Yeah. And I didn't want to bug you because this is supposed to be something I'm doing by myself. But until I asked my dad, I was like, now I know what to ask these people.
Yeah.
Well, and I think a lot of times people feel like it's all about the trophy. And it's not.
No, it's not. It's the experience. It's the food.
Yeah.
The trophies are nice.
Right,
Not saying it's
absolutely.
not,
Right.
But there's a lot more to it.
Yeah.
And
Just the joy of being able to provide for your family.
Yeah.
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 And I didn't want to make it seem like I'm asking for and I am.
You're literally asking for a favor, and that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
to us, and you guys, we don't ask for stuff.
Right.
Right.
It sucks now too with like the leasing.
Yeah, and then the
It
outfitter
is so hard
yeah, especially
to
in this area.
permission anymore.
Yeah.
That and you're going to run into some jerk that is just gonna like scream at you for no reason.
Yeah.
We had that, and
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I don't know if I've asked for permission since that day. Remember that old lady over by Silas's?
No.
Remember we knocked on her door and she was like a hoarder and she get the hell off of my
Oh,
property.
yes, I do remember
This
that
lady
now,
had
yeah.
like, I'm not kidding you, 60 or 70 turkeys strutting. Not all.
Yeah.
They weren't all toms, but like
Yeah.
probably 20 toms and 40 or 50 hens strutting in her driveway and there's signs everywhere. Just no hunting, but just no trespassing.
Yeah.
And I looked up on Onyx. This lady owns like 300 acres, and it's this tiny little ranch house in the middle of the woods. And I'm like, we're gonna ask her.
I mean, we were like hunting.
And people had
we
told
were
me she don't-
hunting at the time. We saw these toms.
Yeah, we were in camo.
Yeah.
And so I pulled up, and we had drove around for like an hour, and we come back, and the turkeys were gone. They weren't in her driveway anymore, and we stopped. Knocked on her door. She didn't even open the door, and she's like peeking out the blind. She was she was old.
Was this local to where you guys
Oh, yeah.
live?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think we've knocked down the same door.
Yeah.
It's a little. It's a black paved driveway. It kind of goes up at an angle. It's just a little.
On the left.
But
It's off.
going-
If you're going
Yeah.
but it's not a long driveway.
No.
No.
Yep.
70 yards maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
The whole woods is pine trees.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with this address.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
tried. I
Yeah.
did not get the reaction you guys did. Mine was a lot
Yeah.
more
She.
No,
was
she was
nice.
not happy.
She's like, "What do you want?" And I was like,